With its razor-sharp fangs and an Avenger Gatling gun, the Super A-10 Thunderbolt II Warthog is the United States' most successful close air support fighter. And now, it is back better and stronger than ever before. But it seems the first fighter it would be going up against isn't of Chinese or Russian origin, but rather a fellow American that's been trying to steal its job, specifically the F-35 Lightning II. So, in this video, we take a detailed look at why and how two fighters that should be on the same team are looking to rip each other apart. Yes, the A-10 Thunder versus the F-35 Lightning. It all began in 2014 when a Congress full of retired personnel that had either piloted the A-10 Warthog or been saved by it was told by the Air Force that their much-beloved fighter was now unsurvivable in today's battlefields. Therefore, it should be retired to free up manpower and $4.2 billion in funding for the F-35 Lightning II, which would replace it. Congress's loyalty to the Warthog kicked into full gear, and they demanded that the Air Force prove the F-35 could indeed effectively replace the Warthog. This would have been easy to do, except for the fact that Congress also tasked the Air Force with upgrading the Warthog to the best it could be in order to give it a fair fighting chance. The Air Force did just that, feeding the Warthog with upgrades so many that they had to be added in different suites at different times, starting with Suite 8. Suite 8 came with V-12 lightweight airborne recovery systems that allowed A-10 pilots to communicate more effectively with personnel on the ground, such as pararescuemen and pilots whose planes had been shot down. With such a system integrated into the Central Interface Control Unit, the jet could now perform even closer close air support and provide more active assistance in combat search and rescue (CSAR) missions. For better survivability, the Warthog was treated to the installation of longer-ranging standoff weapons that canceled out the need for A-10s to fly into the face of danger before taking a shot. Flying into danger could be fatal for the Warthog, as it doesn't have the super maneuverability to escape enemy fire when spotted in unfriendly airspace. Its new weapons would play a role in proving super maneuverability as an unnecessary luxury in addition to updated tactics. These include using modern night vision goggles to dominate the battlefield at night and engaging maritime targets with AGR-20 Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System APKWS rockets that load 4 times faster than their predecessor. Suite 9 then came bearing more gifts, starting with the integration of a situational awareness pad into its operational flight program. This enables Joint Terminal Attack Controllers (JTACs) to report their positions digitally, a significant leap from requiring pilots to search for them on the ground where they could easily be camouflaged. In response to targeting errors, the Warthog is now able to validate targets to prevent accidentally aiming at friendlies with inertially aided munitions in the heat of the moment. On the battlefield, the Warthog can now engage up to 6 targets at a time with precision-guided munitions simultaneously with the push of a single button. These munitions range from 500-pound class GBU-38 explosives to 2,000-pound class GBU-31 JDAM. Capabilities have been further enhanced by new high-tech helmets known as hybrid optical-based inertial trackers. These helmets feature a mounted sight that more accurately responds to pilot head movements, giving the pilot less work to do. It was time for real action, a competition to determine which jet deserves to be the go-to for close air support. Congress demanded a fly-off. While fly-offs are usually debate settlers, this one was far from it, as there were talks of the Air Force setting it up in ways that favored the F-35. The fly-off was also shrouded in secrecy. One known spec of the F-35 is that, thanks to its sleek lines and high-tech gadgetry, the fighter would simply have a hard time trying to fly or loiter as low and slow as the A-10 does. The A-10 loiters so long and flies so low that it is equipped with a titanium bathtub belly to absorb ground fire. However, significant investments to the tune of $400 billion have gone into the F-35, making it the Pentagon's most expensive weapons program, so the Air Force wants to utilize it to the max. While the argument favored the F-35, Suite 10 arrived. The new Super A-10 was unveiled with the full integration of AGR-20, JDAM guidance kits, and small-diameter bombs capable of targeting 18 units at once. With a new synthetic aperture radar pod, the Warthog aims like a sniper as it glides on new wings provided by Boeing. After a $1.1 billion investment for 173 sets of wings, these can last for 10,000 flight hours. A project known as ATTACK was launched to provide an additional 112 sets of wings. Next is a data link that allows threat information to be shared between A-10, resulting in increased spatial battlefield and situational awareness. This significantly addresses the Air Force's survivability fears regarding the Warthog. The Air Force is keen to fit the Warthog with as much 5th-generation tech as possible. Tests have been ceaseless at Eglin Air Force Base for Suite 11. This focus includes jam-resistant GPS, a 3D surround sound system, the ARC 210 radio, and a new 11.6-inch high-resolution display system, HDRS, that fixes the Warthog's steam-powered-looking cockpit. With the HDRS, the Warthog gets a digital primary flight display with cinema-level quality targeting pod footage. This is the most significant modernization since the A-10A to A-10C conversion in 2005. Introduced in the 1970s to disintegrate Russian tanks, the Warthog remains the most efficient close air support fighter. It is a solid reminder that a fighter is built to fight until it can fight no more, and can keep up with the times if prioritized. A reminder that you should subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. Share your opinion in the comment section. Which fighter were you rooting for, the A-10 or the F-35? That'll be all for now. Thanks for watching.